John, last week 2 points left behind you in Cork. Are you, I suppose, looking at this game as a make or break game for Galway?
Well, first of all, Cork might dispute the fact that Galway left 2 points behind them. Look, we didn't start the game well, and we spurned a couple of goal-scoring opportunities, and that came back to haunt us at the finish. But I was very pleased with the way our fellas responded to the situation they found themselves in at half-time. We had to play a lot of hurling, of course, then to pull ourselves back to level terms, and there was always going to be a second kick in Cork. That game is over. Our entire focus is on today, and I'm expecting our players to front up to Kilkenny. If you don't, you're going to be in trouble. And obviously, to stay in the league, we really need to win today, because other than that, then we're depending on other results in the remaining series of matches, and our destiny is no longer in our own control.
Looking for a result and playing Kilkenny aren't two ideal things to put into the same sentence, but when you look at the Kilkenny full back line, a very inexperienced full back line, new goalie in there, does that give you cause for optimism?
It does to a small extent, but I always feel that young players are underestimated at inter-county level, just because they tend to be unknown outside their own county's borders. People assume that they're potentially there for the taking, and Brian Cody isn't in the habit of picking players for Kilkenny who he feels aren't up to it. So those fellas in the full back line and their new goalkeeper today, they'll be very anxious to put their best foot forward. It's not like a 29 or a 30-year-old who's been playing for Kilkenny for 9 or 10 years and who might be a bit sort of semi-lethargic about his performance. All those players that Brian Cody have introduced today will really be up for this match.
You two very easy wins to begin with, and even though you lost last week, there wasn't a whole pile of physicality in that defeat against Cork. Kilkenny are a physical team, always have been. Do you expect a different challenge, that maybe you're going to ask different questions of your Galway team this afternoon?
I certainly do, and we're asking questions of ourselves today, Micheál, to be honest, before the game. As you said, Kilkenny are extremely physical, and if you don't match them physically, you haven't a prayer. So I expect Galway to front up to Kilkenny today. It's an important game for both teams, and we're on our home turf as well, and we want to put on a performance, and we also want to give ourselves a boost for the rest of the year.
Cathal cúpla seachtain a hen chadic mar Kyle Gadisha sa trachamortas. Will tusa sásta leis an trí heispántas atá feice goin Gadisha ó Kilkenny?
Well, Tom sásta gur bhúmar na tlií ar an trí tlií sin sa an si pointe goin inis. Ach níor imríomar go hanmhathar in éon clia. Thosaíomar go donna gona tipperdarn, thosaíomar go hanmhathí gona Corcaí agus ach níor ómar go más a dara le agus I gona le Orman. Bhí mar cuiseach má sa chéad le ach sa dara le níor go má.
Chail sibh an dara le den cléthe ach bhíon damáiste genta sa chéad le sa bhuaig sibh an cléthe. Bhfuil tú búrtha go méid an nachhfuil sibh ábhailte fórna a críochnú sa Seanis League an ina fórna as Kilkenny?
No, níl an búrtha mar sin, mar Harda na rudí sin úr nó go ach ní harlín na rudí mar sin I gcuine fórna cosúla Corcaí tipperdarn nach Orman agus gan dátar beag seanaideach ar fad I gcuine inniu I gcuine an galamh.
An gaileh Cailed ar gan dát an teachtain sicáte, so an bhecinn tú go bhfuil an cléthe seo níos táchtaí don gaileh le bua a áil ná beidir do Kilkenny?
Well, tá sé anna tácht ar fad a Kilkenny freisin ach gan dátar má Chailig an gaileh inniu beag sé deachar dóibh dul ar éis seo.
Ja, ní lis gom Cathal, an léon tú as sin...
An stetar a cartaisteach lom láthreach aige Cathal McAllister, Kilkenny gimmer to have the live a cléas chéad le agus pécóir gaotha tán tá sí seotan na Kilkenny agus láthreach pound bailó an lechan treis pastas a gáil do Chalan Fenley agus bhfuil an chéad scór gnáthach ar atra tá go dain fearndaat slat agus níor thug san a bhd 5 second mar sin. Is a kainte ring agus tá go desan cecail ar stáin go tras na park isteach sa chuún sin howlan san is mótá sí séide. Ach an hasachar fad ag Kilkenny nis David Burke. Dianta go desca siú the 40 Lord Park go dtí Donald Barry is lín lechúil in níomh seot isteach sa chuún san mar bhí Calnan don iad an lechra na fórna go dtí seo sa tra amána seot isteach go dtí Cyril Danlan. Och sé cúpla teanga bháilú agus cuireadá bháil agus Jackie Tyrrell ach lana san amach de Kilkenny amach le Eddie Brennan ó Donovan sna sáil ar siúdach fecht again mleachtere. Pesáilt teach láir slí ríis go dtí fear an airim Larkin agus netúsáid ge Antonio Grigin a chafdó Steachí Finley ríist a sé gafalaiste seantra chún ag Michael Finley bé agus cadé mar chún glúiseach den géad Scohanson a hostig le pass amach os de coolla ge Jackie Tyrrell agus Carter den séir tosíach glúiseach na Fairlar Parke déad hir a chríochnige agus sin scór den géad sco agus is régan a bhí agad Kilkenny an náil a Hurling fós. No gen eile bechóir go mar agus tá siad féhrú bad bhaile tá Brennan leistigh agus tá ceann eile again Brennan. Well, Blitzkrieg cat dianta ge Kilkenny is a chéad chúpla neomad an sa. Díra chun bach amach canal seolteach agus O'Donovan lasmo de Eddie Brennan an pass toiste go Hurling isteach an son. Well, 3 score agus gan a gáneomad mihan sa céadéirecha. Ceanna le fós buide Cathal Mór take a níos agus neidir bhecha Cathal Mór an den action go dtíiseach tá áchúil géalte go bhhena féin. Colin Finley fichid anna bhrásach go deoinniuh gan engan leistigh den trosa. Steachí Richie Hogan tá tríú deisinsach tá Richie sás le Corlín sa agus tá Tós díomhar fad chuir ge Kilkenny le cuasaí agus an ile rinne dus na tosathe a fichint anna bhrásach ar fad agus tá is dianta go sna neomtí luasa. Cháchúlagus gá féinte och cínar fad agus gan geeks na mix as bhuachalí na Galí go dtí Antonio Grigin is. Bertacha sa bhlachar láthirach. Airín leis mátá JJ Delaney agus seachúnis TJ Reid. Dra cheannach Colin Finley ríist tá Christian de Finley Colnan céna fallach chearneom nó marsin mithe achas le go séir a chumpóir Larkin na girigan tarna scóir a chaim siúd a hénig rudatha diantaige. Kilkenny níos marsin ábharspáisin sa deisige Sir Danlin, Cosíocht Diata go seanta chóla get Danlin, Sáraheach Tanlin a dhéirigh techt in éise. Richie Hogan, agus tá san cuirear dheis agus fóraílige Richie síón de bhealach an barc I gcuireach na súl, Tanlin a ríist, fachta a ríistige agus hána fesafad, níos an tarna seanta chóla get Danlin, Cosíocht Diata ríist, fós ann, siúráil de glantá cúlan sa, Hargit Downey get Joe Gatley. Dobre get Danlin a ríist agus Cosíocht Anias.
Well, Tanyan freshen gur thug sé an pass amach, but Tanyan deoch sé sós agus Tanyan rinnan sin rud céine lein sé rai go dtí go raibh fear still ó leis féin agus anna fes lábh isteach an sin agus críochnaí go maith ag a Gently.
Gan out sa chúne sa líon lán chúla an club céine agus an réad ar a 5 miú níos a bhar an trosa ge Hogan. JJ Delaney is seaamh an óid. Fearar chuir dá bhaile go bog ge Larkin. Ach tána deisfachta ge fear an chusnáin jaar siar gurí fear na creachmhílin is. Colnan aga ge siúd Mark go Hogan agus anna féinte go dó. Anna yes ar fad ag Adrian Colnan.
Well, tháinig muid an sin timar Adrian Colnan sna tosathe le na chlub crachmhíl agus tá híonn sin ag rinne sé an rud ceart.
Seolta sus Finn Barker ríist. Anna chamáil san éire ge Gantley agus a ríist ach ní Tanlin nach ardíte seo. Paul Murphy dir ge chuir dá bhaile. Well, bhfuil paint again over fóraíl tá paint aimse aníirecht ar chúla bethe sin ge Tanlin ní doling go a bheith stig roi cinnte cad a bhíonn san nach tócaí go ghaileach paint tócha.
Tóg siad an paintin sin agus tá gaileag caitúrá go bhfuil gaileag feabhsú agus tá siad ag crothspás is tócha go bhfuil deachreachtaí an sin an lán lína cúlatá ag Kilkenny an sin is cinna daoine nua seachas John Dalton agus tá siad ag crothú deachreachtaí an sin.
Deachreach seans go méidir raibh son Lasnlin. Íshan is deach droi cheannan, búte go maithige, chug féidir stad an gúil, tá slí diantaige agus tá painte aimse a bhfuil, tá go dain. a réist sir dan anna gnóchan agus é crothú deisina.
Well, Kate.
I Gedine and Lee Smith. Pass live in Echatienta. Trust in the park reached. Calnan. Fachtige Farrar Luvisha Katige Irolt. Dove Corner Gallagher, a goalie, Tommy Welch. Harring Galaxy shot to the gloat in the colleague Farrar, you know, not bargain.
Well, sin céad pointe ag Farrar an Agus. Tá sig fáil an spás í Lorna Parka. Cé bhfuil Michael Fellini gimmert go maith an sinnar David Burke. Tá an spás fight ag Farrar. Agus scoring.
Lars League Gantley. Chancelik Gleilevan Saga and skill a Choramo. And the Verdichter Fadge Paul Murphy.
Seach seaca cógatá leis.
Tuair Farrar. Sásta leis an iireach san a Hénig. Laney. Tommy Welch. Iechar sin de Lérgus. Pass. Toast to Hurling. Michael Fennelly on Dave Howell. Agus sin cool agus paintinish. Again got there in Lorna Parka.
Sin an fointin sin by Michael Fennelly. Agus bhí sé an tíomh mí ceartá sé gimmert ar an tíomh eile den far. Tháinig sé teasna.
Ach an sun golíonn siad tír ar na maidí agus go scaoin siad leis an bhuiine le techt an eiste chomórtas agus a chluthe. Agus tear Farrar agus sin droch an ceart crain díirech ar ag na gcóilí amach.
An sin an dara ceanta deantaigh Farrar agus
Conor Fogarty Fosenson ach an brisha fight in Sarnish. Den gaile vi get in the Ryan Sugar Smith bekecht mer paint inside get fell for Tom Rudder Hall. Axel East Bruno das a crothú an deist.
Tá sé de chur anna bhrú ar cholathe Kilkenny agus sin rud faoi sin pass ionintach amach ag in the Ryan agus seans éasca galóir ach deanta go maith.
David Collins a leanút leis sa glúiseachta. Chris Dachtnig sy hier gespacht get Kent en die Tanyan. Is tá Cannon clearnach leis. Sure off the Glasgow sé cool. Agus tilti get Canyon. Tá na fear vora e gimmer godíanta the Nalif.
Tá sé déana agus sin an túir atá sin an scór an sin mai Iarla Tanyan. Rinne se go maith brethir an slitter agus hí spás aige Kigar Hán Conor Fogarty trasna rinne sin rud ceart níor thug sé an pass, thug sé an freigracht ar féin agus críochna sé go deasa.
Berig meachtaína fiochan na coscéim na thug sin sanach ní faxan agus tána. Agus an taxin dianta ga, ní hena leis sé. Agus tá go leor fiscathe sa chiad leis ige Carl McAllister agus Andy Smith agus duna Bertelli bhí mar caiit ar mórán achrann sa chiad le ach tá cuasa ciúin ar réistin san agus le a bhí anar himiúil ar fad a fad Kilkenny tosna ar luas lásach agus na cúna techt. Tuair te tapig sa chiad chuigam do gluthe ceann ige Michael Fennelly ceann Gary Brennan anna hapag in éige chéalach for Joe Gantley cool den gaile sa déanium agus ó hinine le tá siad an nuachtar ó ceann na parca chafar agus a siad fós the Queen of the Kalen Sunsteig, Agus and Versta Carvard, Varna, Michael Fennelly, Agus Andy Smith and Son, Agus, well, the Kuna de Cuno, Kursigs, the Dollarstach and Son. La the Harvestimul, Tarker score, and the Gunnagus, Ryan Vami Hrinish, again, Emiri Heel Henniker Hard, a Hannah Harton, Yergang, Agus Fagan, Print. Cadavilla Rag, Eglahamach, Kahegrashe, Mihas the Gama. Iirechtaí in the fórne. Seo Donovan a teachtar éist. Agus níor bhuaig sé stitter, de Hasadí Brennan siar asúile brise, rud a tháinig, Stachadí Hogan an sa. Well, brisin sé trí shrúr an sanna go bheith a scían trí fúnta me, agus an paint aim sé go deasa go Hogan.
Tenta go maith.
Giminic, dul isteach Joe Lorna Park ar Ruaher. Ach a réist, níor tugach an Tom an spástach tá sí fachtaige James Cha Fitzpatrick agus ar an gid bhuile aige Cha tá sí chu a sé drasnána aige.
Well, Cha ag tuairt ceacht an sin gona tosaí eile. Ní mór an den chance a fuair sé ach déanta go glóit aige.
Mar sin mar a bhí sa chiad le. Kilkenny an uachtas na neamtaí luthe den tarna leis seo. Is gan dat na de oud gemeen show sporter shul go gaan ine daar knede agus a choloder lautse hocht. Agus bek san leisgan ide hine se goen dief. TG Cahir. Nis tá ferher. Tres couple kan nog bóléagar. Kan tácht go mai seach in de chur chláir scóir si tanna le rud a dieanta ge.
Sin cean sin tácht go mai iad de chur chun cínar ís.
Le Hans.
Deanta go mai an sin ag Tony Regan.
Se fergur van a bhíiste gan nuí chum an dat for se anim nú gaan stoile mar nis Calnan. Fer a ví a choúl an bléitse carte. Má sin an Norden san ge Paul Murphy an slit a bute ge Calnan. Siir di jar ferher agus tá ferher stásta is méidsin. Há feinte as a chélig a jar ferher. Agus teisige a chur leis méid atá fachta go dtí seo ge agus an bhhartíanta go slach for an baist. Hoorde, Trícín de bharna dear na fórne. Nog é tiite begáin seachas mar bhí sa chéad agus Tony O'Greg an réist capal fyrir wachel. Machan tugarí Barry. Búteach áir de geisiú, tainin na teachteach díanach agus trín ar gúil barda. Agus ha sí bethe an líon beidir aspatahíig an gúil barda. Dien sé I vision os is een gewoon seachas beidir í gháil an san. Nad a godíach cé bhfuilisteach go dénach he.
Ceap me sé go sé I gach tar faríil an sin botún anbór dianta go gúlbáir an sin agus is tóchas John Dalton bólias John Dalton bhil an gúlbáir
In a choúil hénig ge Dalton nó beidir go beh gúil a tainin a bhfuilisteach ar deire hir ach scumme. Bhain sin líon amach Richie Hogan a deireadh freagarháil agus ceann eile fós cuidir. So Farrar nis dirigan bharna a bhíadú agus ceann mór gríig a jar Farrar. Seachtar pointe nniuh ligan leis an gluthe do a raig siar sa chofad le Colnán fu sé pointe sa chiad le an ceann san buirte gar déanach nóige stachantá dro Danlin agus an cúlbáir de Lloyd Buck de Van Ellen san istíg agus tá páile Sir Danlin an trosa. Well, that cool thing to get down into the Khadimra after reached Khafarag and Vatuna Shinigan Gulbarder.
Botunello and Gulbáir an sin. Ein Jacker Kilkenny teachtar Ashway shot. Rinne sé iirecht é fiocha agus hepper. Dianta go mai David Burke near stopse.
Na himre ó chlúnó is níos déanaí. Idir an dálín ceanna le seolta teach a John Chúr agus meheach. Chósaí agus rianach agan ar ghlacha.
Tá cúlí na gaile bhí an uachtar.
So Richie Hogan ceann táchtach go mai gur Richie agus tá an bheirt. Déantan san aige ach níon sanach an cearú scóracha. Trí na ggé Kilkenny agus a ríis scórna áda a bheiscin rééis nuhagan. Nis Michael Fenley saoil leis chuig féidir is staad an gól agus tá sásta le pointe. Sin héna dóin is an bhear agus lehananta go TJ Reid. Batún a rééis te gan gúlbáir an de bhile Baltasar agus cool fachtar na ske Kilkenny. Colin Fennelly beidir a réimsigh ach mar déirech seán Barbernach an lasar sa bhrach Páta Van Ellen.
Agus botún a ríise Colin Callan bhí an slitter in na láimhheith an New Sam Céin sort a bhí á dhéanamheith an sin a cool anamhá go Kilkenny agus.
Slitter le buachtain fachtaige TJ Reid. Bud de féine sa ge Reid agus bhfuil si chur a créige tá an bratbán áda thuiste. Ge le cuasaí stroma immerthe a dhiiscin de gcuine hasachansa. Seach cín de chúil agus beidir bhfuil ceann gháile fós an andoing. Tannin níos chun chéad cín de faointí chureachtar agus an bheith déanta ge Tannin an son agus tasca dí go méid gur pointe táachta chu sin.
Pointe an táhachtach agus héna dó fáit ag Tannin inis agus scris dianta aige ar John Dalton. Agus críochnaí go déastan sin.
So snéan cúige pointe ge Richie Hogan san hóna.
Neart am a fácha.
Mar sin dianta ge. possession. Credit Harris and Taston to get Jared Farrar. Fact to get Delaney. Harris through Coyle and he has to shoot to get Tanyan. Agus the order to get deal to get Tanyan. Oh shit, pass all again. Irla Tanyan stuck the Agus Calden. Can't ever score. Conan Dleibon to get her Jose. Sort up to get Tanyan.
Tanyan Arish agus an a chance Croig and Shin go Angus Callan on a fest.
Tony Og Regan Trish Taft, Chun Lartling and Sir Tony Og. Put that into words. How did that happen? 9 points down after 4 minutes and come through winning by 4.
Yeah, we had a terrible start. It's kind of typical Kilkenny, you know. We think you're right coming into a game and they just hit us for 2-4 there or nothing. And lads knew there was a lot of hurling still to be played, so we just knuckled down to it and put in a great performance up to half time then.
Lucky that you went the 2-3 to no score down after just 4 minutes, because I suppose it effectively allowed you nearly the full game to get back into it. So how did you manage to turn this thing back?
Lads kept composure up front and we kept chipping away and in fairness, our full forward line, they created some great goal chances the first half, and we knew if we kept getting it in there we were causing problems, and eventually at all we got the scores on the board.
I know when we spoke to John McIntyre, he was saying that this was going to be a physical battle, and it was one that I suppose Galway guys would need to be asking themselves questions. Do you think he got the answers he was looking for?
He did today, yeah, but it's only another stepping stone. It's another league match, and we're not going to get carried away. Kilkenny were down a number of regulars today and we were probably 2, so it's a good result today, no doubt.
Bearing in mind that there's every possibility of Galway and Kilkenny meeting each other later on in the championship, in the Leinster Championship, what psychologically does the victory here today mean, if anything?
Nothing really, because we've a hard road to go in Leinster before we even get to a Leinster final. Dublin are playing outstanding stuff at the moment. We have to go down to Carlow or Westmeath and play them in the first round. Offaly is a big say as well on that side of the draw, so today is no bearing whatsoever.
Can I ask you finally, Tony, coming back after the defeat in Cork last week to getting the 2 points here, how important was it to get back on the winning road?
If we lost today, we're out of the league, so it's very important that we have competitive games going forward. If we lost today, it's hard to raise yourself for a game that mightn't mean anything. So listen, we have another round again now and we're still in it, so that's good.
All right, Tony Og
showed a lot of character today, and you know, everybody appreciates that there's fantastic players in Galway, lovely wrist work, beautiful strikers. But to become All-Ireland champions, you need more than that. And Galway showed a lot of steel today, showed a lot of resilience, and that's a very positive that's a great positive when you're looking ahead to the championship.
Yeah, plenty of scores and plenty of talking points, but the win and the league points to the home side. Paul Flynn, one of the nice things about a match like that from a Galway point of view is you beat Kilkenny and you can still go into training on Tuesday and pick out some of your own faults.
Yeah, Michael, it was an entertaining game from start to finish. You know, the momentum swung over and back all afternoon. Kilkenny, of course, came out of the blocks with all guns blazing. Galway responded. And, you know, I think Galway today were kind of physical. They were strong and they kind of cut down the space. Kilkenny needed around the middle of the field. And, of course, then near the end, they got 2 goals of a soft nature that kind of gave them the gap to kind of see the job through.
Yeah, let's just talk about the start, because they recovered so well, Galway, from the poor start, and Kilkenny making this good start. I suspect if this was in the Leinster Championship, Kilkenny wouldn't have allowed them back in, but anyway.
Yeah, you know, it was 9 minutes gone, Kilkenny were 2-3 up. They really, they attacked teams, and, you know, it was really the old guard today, Eddie Brennan and Owen Larkin up front, particularly in the first quarter of an hour, that kind of got the momentum going. You can see that they moved the ball quick. They had the Galway full backline under all types of pressure.
Let's have a look at some of that start.
Yeah, here's Owen Larkin bursting through, you know, forced to carry the ball, but he's a great man to lay it off. And Michael Fennelly, in the first minute of the game, the midfielder, you know, from 6 or 7 yards out, he's not going to miss. And, you know, it kind of showed an intention, you know, what Kilkenny were all about today. But again, the full back got ball watching here, Michael. Eddie Brennan goes in behind him, and, you know, Eddie is deadly around the goal, and he doesn't really need a present like that to add to his goal tallies. But, you know, at this stage, who would have given Galway a chance to have turned it around?
Well, I'd say a lot of people who went to the match were wondering where this one was going to go as the 70 minutes unfolded. But Galway did come back into it, and as John McIntyre pointed out there, one of the most impressive things was fellas stood up to it and made the difference and showed the leadership. Yeah,
Galway have been accused over the years, the last couple of years in particular, of you know, not having enough leadership. I thought today here that Tanyan was absolutely fantastic. You know, he won a lot of ball, and Cyril Donlan in the first half as well, on numerous occasions carried the ball through the Kilkenny half back line. This ends up in a goal for Joe Gantley, but you know, they were fantastic. And when in the second half, when they needed scores again, Aaron Tanyan, you know, just picks up it looks simple, Michael, but you know, he was up for it and he was moving, getting onto the breaks. And I'd say over the 70 minutes, Galway definitely won more of the breaks than Kilkenny. Whether that was hunger or what, God knows. But again, here he is chasing down his man, a good hook, flicks it out. This is what they need more of, kind of, you know, get out of my way, one-handed, and this is a fantastic pass, absolutely fantastic into Eanes Callan. Great finish again. And they were the scores that actually put Kilkenny, you know, just that bit too far away to catch Galway today.
What about Kilkenny?
Yeah, Kilkenny, I think today they had an experienced half-back line in Tommy Welsh, Jackie Turrell and JJ, but the full-back line was kind of inexperienced. You know, giving players a run in the league. But, you know, Kilkenny, there's no fear of Kilkenny, Michael, you know, in a couple of weeks' time when they've all their players back. Richie Power will come back into that. They're just natural hurlers, and I think on it, you know, maybe the win today didn't suit the small Kilkenny forwards, but no fear whatsoever, Kilkenny.
No, I suspect you're right on that one.